My other book is Kissing Coyotes by Marcia Vaughn. Listen up now. It all started down yonder at the watering hole when Jack Rabbit started doing what he did best, shooting off his big mouth. "Roadrunner," said Jack Rabbit, sitting back on his hairy heels, "you may think you're graceful, but I'm so gosh darn graceful I can dance the do-si-do with a rattlesnake without getting bit." "Is that so?" replied Roadrunner. "That's so." "Gila monster," Jack Rabbit went on, "you may think you're frightening as lightning, but I'm so all-fired fearsome I can scare up a whole herd of longhorn cattle, easy as saying 1, 2, 3, yippee." "That's a mite hard to believe," Gila monster replied. "Believe it." "And Fox," Jack Rabbit said, "you may think you're fast, but I'm so fleet on my feet I can run right inside a skunk's burrow yelling, 'Woo, woo, stinky poo,' and get away without getting all stunk up." Fox busted out laughing. "Jack Rabbit, you could talk the tale of a turkey vulture and never tell a lick of truth." "You're all gurgle and no guts," Gila monster agreed. "You've never done one brave deed in your life." Roadrunner nodded. Oh, that got Jack Rabbit so mad he thumped his feet in the dust. "Why, I'm so rootin' tootin' brave I can kiss all the coyotes up on Tabletop Rock." "Nobody can kiss coyotes and live to tell the tale." "I can," declared Jack Rabbit. "Prove it," all the animals said. "I will," said Jack Rabbit. "I'll go kiss those coyotes right now." It didn't take Jack Rabbit more than 10 hops to realize what a plumb dumb thing he'd done. He lopped toward Tabletop Rock, hoping there wouldn't be a coyote in sight. Well, shucks, Jack Rabbit couldn't believe his bad luck. Yonder, a dozen in the dust, lay a he-coyote, a she-coyote, and a weak-coyote. Before he could change his mind, Jack Rabbit called up his courage. On quick, quiet feet, he tiptoed timidly up and put a teeny, tiny kiss on the tip of Wee Coyote's paw. Kiss! And guess what? Wee Coyote didn't budge a bit. Feeling a mite braver, Jack Rabbit snuck up to She Coyote and lay a kiss as light as a feather on the tip of her ear. Kiss! And guess what? She Coyote didn't notice at all. Now Jack Rabbit was bursting with boldness. He strode over, puckered up, and planted a big, juicy smoocheroo smack dab on the end of He Coyote's nose. Smooch! And guess what? He Coyote didn't twitch a whisker. "Yee-haw!" Jack Rabbit hollered. "I kissed all the coyotes." And guess what? Whomp! Jack Rabbit found himself squeezed tight as bark to a tree between two dusty paws. "How, ow, ow!" howled He Coyote. "I caught a juicy Jack Rabbit." "He looks plumb yummy," said She Coyote. "Can I have the first bite?" drawled Wee Coyote. For once in his blabbermouth life, Jack Rabbit couldn't think of a thing to say. He started quivering and shivering and shaking and quaking. His ears started flip-flapping like branches in a breeze. In no time, they were tickling the tip of He Coyote's nose. "Ouchoo-ee!" He Coyote sneezed, letting his grip slip. Without as much as a "beg your pardon," Jack Rabbit lit out like lightning. He hightailed it down the trail with that pack of coyotes hot on his hairy heels. Dust swirled in the air as they chased Jack Rabbit up the ridge, down the ravine, and straight over Rattlesnake's rock. Hiss! Spit! Rattlesnake didn't like getting stomped on by Jack Rabbit's big kickers. "Oh no, do-si-do!" yelled Jack Rabbit, dancing this away and that away as he dodged Rattlesnake's bites. That pack of coyotes didn't give up. They chased Jack Rabbit up the gulch, down the gully, and into the middle of a herd of longhorn cattle. All Jack Rabbit could think to say was, 1, 2, 3, yippee! That drove the longhorns loco. They stampeded right up around Jack Rabbit and took off. Now, those coyotes were howling mad. They chased Jack Rabbit through the prickly pear patch, around the arrow, and right down the burrow of Spotted Skunk. "Woo, woo, stinky poo!" cried Jack Rabbit, holding his nose in disgust. Skunk didn't take kindly to name-calling. Flickering her tail high, she took aim and psst! But Jack Rabbit was so scared and he was running so fast he simply skedaddled past that stink-awful smell. That pack of coyotes didn't fare quite so well. "Ew, ew, ew, pew," they howled in horror. He Coyote, She Coyote, and Wee Coyote ran lickety-splittity toward home as if Texas tornado was on their tail. Now that big-mouthed Jack Rabbit was all tuckered out. He shuffled back to the watering hole, his tongue hanging out like a rubber rope. Well, asked Roadrunner. What happened? Wondered Gila Monster. Don't suppose you kissed any coyotes, did ya? Snickered Fox. Jack Rabbit sat up and grinned. Not only did I kiss those coyotes, I dosey-doed with a rattlesnake. I scared off a herd of longhorns, shouting 1, 2, 3, tee-yippee, and I skedaddled past a skunk yelling, woo, woo, stinky poo, without getting all stunk up. Now what do you think of that? Before Roadrunner, Gila Monster, and Fox could answer, Hawk came circling down from the sky. Howdy do, Hawk, cried Jack Rabbit, sitting back on his hairy heels. You may think you're a fine flyer, but I'm a far finer flyer than you. I reckon I can leap off a ledge and glide above the desert without touching ground all night long. Hawk ruffled his feathers, stuck his beak in Jack Rabbit's face, and said, Prove it.